incredible artist. And we're going to start the night like this. This salt in the salt cellar, I once saw in the salt mines. I know you won't believe me, but it sings. Salt sings. The skin of the salt mine sings with a mouth smothered by the earth. I shivered in those solitudes when I heard the voice of the salt in the desert. Ode to Salt, Pablo Neruda. Welcome. Welcome, artists and family. You know what it is. Finally, Thursday night has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Oh, yeah. We here, y'all. Get excited. Welcome to the online open mic presented by the legendary, that's right, the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I am your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is a jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You know how we do. Been doing this and doing this and doing this well. Welcome to episode 126. As we normally and usually do every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Streaming live on YouTube. If you're watching and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 860-4964-4756. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Trust, we're going to show you why it's called that this evening. We do this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills. So we would like to thank the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Bloomberg Philanthropies, the Howard Gilman Foundation, and the New York State Council on the Arts for hosting these free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/donate. Every increment and dollar amount counts and is very much appreciated. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech team in the Zoomverse. The one and only Matthew Model Keen in the building, Storm Lake in the building, Jersey in here. That cat's also an incredible host. Let me tell you, that dude's he's just all kind of incredible. Make sure you plug in with Matthew Model Keen. Also, the one and only Brian Lee. Make sure you show some love to Kid Kuza, as well as Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. All the way up in the BX. That cat's dope. Make sure you plug in. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, Elemen2al.com. So many things going on. Make sure you plug in, all right? Tonight's theme, sugar and salt. Bittersweet truths, right? Some people think that, there's a savory element that brings out the sweetness of certain things, right? Or a sweetness that brings out the savory level in certain things. So what is a bittersweet truth that you can think of? Personally, I would say a bittersweet truth is there's an election every year. And some pendejo has to get elected. Just saying. So, That's what we're going to be looking at this evening. If your work is not on theme, that's still totally cool. We are still looking forward to all your incredible genius. Next week's theme: sculpted silence, shaping the quiet. This is just really about where you go when you need to meditate, or when you're seeking the shadow, or when you find comfort in your blankets, or in a dark space. I have an affinity with the shower, right? That's kind of like my calm space. You know what I mean? The water running and the steam and all those things. So where do you go? How do you find comfort and solace in your silence? That's what we're going to be looking at next week. Realize you have artistic license to do whatever comes to your mind. All right. Here is a look at the upcoming themes for the rest of the month. And listen, the year is moving forward, y'all. Can you dig it? It's already May. Like I don't get it, but hey, here we are. So let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry this evening. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic stage as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your artistic performance. Have your artwork ready, all right? We do have a full list this evening, plus some folks that may be coming in later on in the evening. Artists, you have 4 minutes to rock. All right, you will see that there is a countdown timer on your screen right now. All right, you have a 30-second grace period. Once you get to that 4 minutes, you will hear this sound. Once you hear that, you will have 30 seconds to wrap it up. All right, we are doing this to make sure everyone gets the same amount of time. Please don't make us mute anyone, but we will to ensure that everyone gets the same amount of time. This is also for the venue, for the folks, for everyone. All right, so keep it right, keep it tight. All right, we have reached the time of night that you better be ready for. All right, there are explicit lyricists in this community. Some may even bring about some triggering flashbacks with their incredible work. But the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship, other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not be tolerated. Fuck around and get cute and get the boot, man. It comes in all shapes, sizes, color, creed, religion, right? Some for everybody. What we do here is a living, breathing trigger warning. Thou hath been warned. This is a true call and response space. After these artists get up here and they share a true essence of who they are, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all of that energy, all of that exuberance with the audience. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway, right? Plus, we see sports playoffs is going on. The world is rowdy. Yo, it's crazy right now, all right? So, share all that energy, and it will be returned to you in the performances of the greatest community in the world. The guaranteed list tonight is closed, all right, because signups begin 24 hours before the show, which would be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, you go to newyourekan.org. You click on full events calendar. You click on that Thursday that you want to get down on, and you need that artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way you're getting on the guaranteed list, and they won't show up until 24 hours before the show. Last night, I believe it was about 10 minutes before 3/4 of the tickets were sold out. Hey, folks, all I can tell you is set a timer, right? This is one of those spaces that we all look forward to, and we all look forward to hearing each other. So please do yourself a favor, set a timer so you can get on the guaranteed list, all right? Tonight's list. Yo, we will have to make some adjustments, right? I heard from some folks they may not be able to come through, or they may be coming in late. But we will make those adjustments on the fly. So let's get to it, all right? There's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good people? Oh my goodness, I wait all week for this. For real. Angelina in the building, great to see you. Lantern's here. The Jedi Master's here. Bonnie Soloway. Dre's in the building. Peace to the God, and Goma's here. Sam Hardy is here. Manya, great to see you. Hope the homie Simba shows up eventually. Lady K in the building. What's good? Jesse, what up though? Diane is here. Ike's here. Winter Rose is here. Lynette, welcome. Poetastic is in here. Josh Sherna is here. And the priestess is in the building. Yo, it's gonna be crazy, y'all. For real. It's gonna be an incredible night. I hope all of y'all are ready to receive such a lineup of magnificent artists. Really, if you have never come across these artists before, trust and believe they are going to put you through a gauntlet of emotions, right? Really, like I really can't prepare you enough for what these artists do. Kind of like a Wolverine quote, right? I'm the best at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice. It just happens to cut very deep. Here's tonight's list. So let's get it started as we usually do. Setting us off this evening. Again, like if y'all want to know how to get on that list, make sure you holler at this cat because he has got the cheat code down for real. Like he stays in the number one spot, man, for real. He's like a Boys to Men record or an Elvis record. Like he just, most consecutive weeks at number one for real. Love what this cat does. He always has a rhyme that's right on time and always super positive. The one and only Poetastic in the building. Come on, Eddie, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Thank you, my brother, like no other words like thunder. And it's great to see you too. Thank you for pushing on through. And remember that we love you, Ramon Thompson, and Matthew King too. Woo! Hello, everyone. My name is Ed Potastic, home feeling fantastic. Please, it's time to join my rhyme. 5 posts of block. I got one piece that I'll take to Miss Kime. This is called Muddy Questions. They're not filthy. Don't be guilty. You have them. I have them. There are gems rooted like stems. They are priceless. Don't be spineless. Your ancestral tongue rang when you were young. Remember, you had questions for every single situation. You asked your mom and dad, then they grabbed your hand. Feed your knowledge. Expand your cottage. Life isn't always clean. Do you know what I mean? They're like diamonds in deep, dark horizons. They're like butterflies flying around closed eyes. They're like books. You can't read if you don't look. Why is the earth round? Why does space have no sound? Why are we alive? What's a beehive? What is a germ? What is a term? What is DNA? What is wordplay? What is today? What is clay? Nothing is wrong. That's how we stay strong. Please don't panic. Don't be a maniac. You're not sick, not a trick. Expand your views like traveling to the zoo. It's your choice, but please rejoice. Don't stay blind. Life will leave you behind. Thank you.
Telling you, these definitive statements, Eddie, they are just money, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Poetastic.
Eddie. That's the way to bring it in.
Hey.
Eddie said, expand your views, go to the zoo. Hello, Eddie, you're amazing. It's always good to brighten the day.
You can't read if you don't look.
Oh, I'm telling you, these definitive statements, Eddie, they're really, really on point, man. And they're not crazy far-fetched, right? The line that just jumped out to me, Eddie, you said your ancestral tongue rang when you were young, right? And everyone kind of spoke their native tongue because our parents spoke our native tongue to us when we were younger. And then we kind of had to learn how to code switch and learn how to speak American in order to exist. So, come on, Angelina. Assimilation is real. Life isn't always clean. Why are we alive? What is today? Expand your views. No doubt, Eddie. Really, it's about going beyond what you see and what you believe, and understanding that there's more to it. Thank you, Eddie, for what you do, man. You always bring a level of energy, and we truly, truly appreciate you. All right. Starship is underway, ladies and gentlemen. Let's Keep it going. I saw a random cattail that just went by the screen. Okay, cool. That's our second. That's our second feline in the building, right? Simba's in the building, and now I saw Angelina's got a furry feline. Tia. Buenos dias, Tia. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, this artist, she really is a representation of how a whisper turns into a roar, turns into a statement that everyone can appreciate. I love when they come through. I love their message, and I love how they love love. It's really great. The one and only Sam Hardy in the building. Come on, Sam. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please take it away.
Hey, everyone. It's good to be here. I have some poems that I dug up that are about 3 or 4 years old. I've never read them here, so I just thought I'd go ahead and do that. The first one is called Pompeii. Without you, my soul lies in inner Pompeii, frozen in time. Mounds and mounds of fallen ash and century-old magma way down inside me what could have been, should have been, would have been, alive and thriving, a volcano of love, our volcano, erupting from us, molten pleasure, our very own carnal Pompeii. So come back to me, bury me with the contents of your core, be my Vesuvius, and leave me nevermore. The next one is called The A to Z of You and Me, and it's abecedarian. So it's like A, B, C, D, E, all the way down. So anyway, always it's you, beneath my skin, catching my breath, deterring my mind. Even when I try to fight impulses, I still give in to you happily because I love you. And not just your sexy smile keeps me entranced. Lord, no, there's much more about you. Nonstop wit and overflowing charm. Power wielded over me, quickly disarming really any and all sense of personal trepidation my soul may undertake in a final violent effort to try to weakly resist your zenial charm. Weakly resist your zenial nurturing way. You still pull me in, zapping my last bit of will. And my last one is called Her Space. She leaves bruises like galaxies on my heart. I look at her and I feel the distant stars in her eyes, pulling me into her orbit. Is the fact that I'm falling in love with her any big surprise? She's the morning sun and the evening star that shines and whose light guides my way. She comes and goes like a streaking comet, although I wish she'd stay. She is my night, and when I'm in her space, I can hardly breathe. Her kiss steals all my oxygen. It's an attraction with no reprieve. She pulls me to her and breaks me. She pulls me to her and breaks my gravity. I can taste the stardust floating off her skin. Her breath steals mine, and I'm lost in her constellation, making my head spin. She finally releases me to dream another day of her and stars and galaxies and head-spinning constellations oh so far away. Thank you.
Yo, that cosmic love is straight dangerous. Bill, unmute yourself. Give it up for Sam Hardy.
Sam, it is the visuals, it's just there's like no words. No words. No words.
Yeah, you really powered through with the metaphors, like in the first one, and some of those lines, a carnal Pompeii. And the last piece where you're really, it's just it's about attraction, but you're making all these confessions. And it's it's to try to get at love and convey it, it's really sometimes difficult to do that straight out in a logical way. So that's why poets go in for all these metaphors. And then you end up creating a mood, confessing about this mood rather than trying to make a kind of logical explanation. And I always like those poems. I kind of prefer poems that create a mood rather than straight out telling me stuff like, 1 + 1 = 2. You're just kind of describing things that are immaterial and you're just feeling them beneath your skin.
I love poems, and I agree, Jedi Master. I love poems they're just descriptions, right? It's not about me setting this tone. It's like, hey, I landed in this world. Let me tell you about it, right? Let me describe what I'm feeling for you. And when you said Pompeii, I'm like, okay, where are we gonna go with this? You said our volcano erupting from us, be my Vesuvius and leave me nevermore. Come on, come on. I love a good Abecedarian poem, really, and they are not easy, but you made it work really, really swift and really, really concise. I really, really appreciate that. You said in a xenial, venturing way, like amazing. In her space, you said she leaves bruises like galaxies on my heart. She is my night, taste the stardust floating off her skin. What? Like you. I mean, I know I've said this before, but you better be careful when you say stuff like that, okay? Because someone's gonna believe you, and they'll be knocking on your door every day if they do decide to leave, for real. But amazing work, Sam, as always. Thank you for always being very clear and candid in your work, and I totally dig the artistry that you have in the window right now. I believe Sam does have a coloring book. So make sure you plug in with all things Sam Hardy. Appreciate you. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, all the way across the pond where it's wicked late, right? And I do have to apologize to this gentleman because the timing, it really is a strain. I totally understand that. But let me tell you about this cat, though. He's one of the most dedicated men in the world when it comes to writing phenomenal, striking poetry. I like to say he's the most eloquent writer in the world. Him and Love have this thing going on like Billy Paul and Mrs. Jones. His dedication is unmatched. Really, it is. And the way that he approaches talking about love, I can only hope to be that one day when I grow up because I'm still learning from how he loves love and how love loves him in return. The one and only Lantern Carrier in the building. Come on, Lantern, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always, brother. Please, take it away.
Thank you. I have been challenged, fettered to gain and lost, triumphs and disasters. I have learned that which is bitter to endure may be sweet to remember, and adversity which burns like the pungent rinds of lemons to the eyes may ultimately taste like juicy mangoes. Until my lover came, I was drifting aimlessly through life, trapped on the barbed wires of pain and ignorance. My many afflictions, false perceptions, and innuendos pushed me to the edge of a chasm almost impossible to evade. The aroma of a Colombian Cafe Arabica sin leche was vibrant in my being as my Spanish princess and I tugged tightly beneath the sheets where we encountered. Amidst the sweet-scented redolence of lavender oils ascending with the wafts to bedroom chandeliers, my melanin skin awoke, waltzing to my transformative breath, sweat pouring from the peak of our passionate encounters. My delicate fingers ran down the covertures of our yesterdays, our zealous and fervent todays, and the visionary dreams of our tomorrows. My emotions soared to the zenith of an ecstatic sweetness, leaving my blood pumping a scarlet red, warmer and faster than previous delights. Alas, sunrise vanishes when night arrives. Maria Teresa soon found greener pastures and disappeared from my life. No more paradigm of the heart's beauty, only a dearth of loyalty, a paragon of perfidy and disrespect. No more papayas to bite into, only the green taste of tamarind. Nor the dark chains of anguish binds me. I feel only the bitterness of sorrow. My smile hides blades of torment, and I drift aimlessly as in a daze. The moon seems partially covered by an eclipse, and its light wanes while hope is scattered in the wind. I lie in what was once a meadow of love, but now the flowers weep in my despondency, and the stones cry. I choke helplessly on the very air I need. I have gone deaf to the melody of nightingales, and even the harps of angels lament for my sodden soul. The crimson mist of burning scars stagnates my flow of vibrancy. My faith cornels are covered in red. Today is another day of loneliness, and I die 1,000 deaths. Now despondency pushes my knees to prayer as I implore love's compassionate response. Behold, she reveals herself in the fire of my abyss, licking the toxins of my searing wounds. My battered soul recovers, filling me up with the wine of paradise. I was dangling on the edge of boisterous waves, lashing me against the rocks of indifference. My food lacked salt, missing the balance of flavorings. But my beloved came, transformed my shadows into a golden silhouette that enhanced my vigor and charmed the soul. No more the bittersweet desires that drew in my senses and afflicted my spirit. My heart is a saffron robe of devotion as love hugs me tenderly with a consoling sweetness. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
Gosh, sir, I don't know how you do it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Lantern Carrier.
You make love sound
Yeah.
so oh like the visuals, like listening to your voice and hearing what you're saying. I like close my eyes for a moment and I'm like, fuck. You can feel
Thank
that
you.
from here. Love it.
Every sentence is like its own love story, whether it involves fruit or vegetables or a person. It's got this depth that you're able to bring to it, and a lot of words that I have to look up now. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, without a doubt, what you're asking the listener to do is experience pleasure. And this poem's kind of about love in two senses, love as a savior, but also this kind of transforming power of love. And I think Bonnie was kind of alluding to it. I really, the tone of your delivery in this poem was one of kind of self-wonder, where you're finding yourself just kind of amazed by your own capacities to be transformed. And by doing that, you take the listener on that journey too. And it's a very, very kind of consoling and comforting message.
Thank you. Thank you, Jedi Master. Thank you.
It really is a journey. And the beautiful thing that I love about your work, Lantern, is like your colleagues are saying, you set out on this journey and you take us along with you on this journey to love, with love, right? And again, I've never heard anyone do what you do. Like, you're on your way to love with love as your navigator. Like, like it is a person, a place, and a thing, right? Like, love is a noun, but we all know that love is a verb, right? So it's just amazing what you do, and then how you love, right? You said, until my lover came, I was drifting aimlessly through life. Ran down the curvature of our yesterdays. I lie in once what was a meadow of love. I've gone deaf to the melodies of nightingales. Today is another day of loneliness, and I die 1,000 deaths. Sir. Sir. Like, when I think about in history, where they talk about, oh, this is poetry. This is what poetry sounds like. I think when they were looking to the future of what they hoped poetry would sound like, I think they envisioned you, just in your delivery and how much you love poetry. It's amazing, sir. Thank you for doing what you do and your dedication to it. It really, really is incredible. Thank you. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, yo, this artist right here, like, I almost think she broke me last week, right, with her poem, because it was just so on point. It was so just beautifully wrapped in a metaphor's dream. It was it was just money in the bank for real. Um, Let me say again, congratulations on getting your degree. Let's go. Come on now. Let's go. Congratulations on getting into grad school. And congratulations on already having your PhD in sight. Amazing work. And, y'all, she happens to be dope at poetry. Like, she just, she just happens to be here rocking with the greatest community in the world. The one and only Angelina in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It's great to see you as always. Please take it away.
You can find me in your local library studying. um, this poem is a little raw, so I giving you guys it's so different from what I normally write, but I wanted to stay on topic, and it definitely warmed me up a bit. So, sugar and salt, bittersweet truths. Somewhere along the way, I thought I fucked up the recipe, but maybe I didn't. Maybe life just handed me the ingredients without instructions. Some sugar, some salt, some things too bitter to come and name, and some things are so sweet I almost didn't trust them. But not everything is sweet, and not everything is salty. Some things are both. I have known rape, not once, but twice. The first time I was 16, still young enough to believe that the world owed me protection. But when I went to look for justice, the cops blamed my outfit for their behavior, as if the fabric was an invitation. My skin was just consent. They carved spick and wetback onto my skin as if racism needed a signature. I left with a dislocated jaw, spine damage, and a lesson no child should ever have to learn. Sometimes the people who are supposed to protect you will ask what you were wearing before they ask, who hurt you? The second time, they said I had too much to drink, as if intoxication was just a permission slip. I woke up to him walking in my halls like this shit was his house, like he had the fucking keys and the rights, only for him to leave his lineage painted on my walls and walk away 9 months later. But listen, my daughters are not the violation. They are not the wound nor the crime, and they are the silver lining to my gray days. Shit, speak of weather. Whether I am here or not, they will always be my saving grace. I have known domestic violence. Shit, It is coded in my DNA. My grandmother howling at the beating she took for catching my grandfather cheating. My mother holding up the walls better than the studs and the frame of the house. My sister arrested time and time and time again for being loud. Meanwhile, the handcuffs came with matching black eyes and busted lips. Coming to the next Brooklyn apartment near you, limited edition. That kind of violence just doesn't bruise skin. It moves into bloodlines. It teaches women to duck before they learn how to dance. I've known grief. A father to his daughter, my best friend, my living journal. My secrets died with you. I lost you when I was older, but grief turned me back into this little girl who used to sit on your lap to tell you how my day was. And I have known forbidden love, my Marine, hoorah, unfinished business to Forest Park, forbidden drives, mystery hookups. I took you into my halls knowing damn well you had no business knocking on my walls. But I've also known joy, the joy of my children, the kind of joy that doesn't erase the pain, but it gives me somewhere to place it so it can have a seat. The children are the sweetness that life had no business giving me from something that tried to make me bitter. I have known grace, grace when I didn't deserve it, when I badmouthed it, when I cursed God and he still covered me to say, God, I am with you. Carry me when I am weak. People have asked me and told me, you are so strong. And I just sit here screaming, I didn't ask to be this way. So some things come sweet and some things come salty. And some things just come as both. And
Yeah. Just a quick second to catch your breath on that one for real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Angelina.
Yeah, let me catch my breath there a minute, woman.
Thank
You need
you
to
for
get
sharing
some.
that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know it takes courage to be able to talk about those things. So I'm proud of you for being able to get that out. And I hope that it gives you the release and the catharsis that you need.
girl, I broke that plate a long time ago, but
Okay, good.
it took to look at the product of that type of crime every day for the last 16, 17 years. And just to sit there and say, I love you is beauty in itself. And I've come to terms with it.
Gotcha.
But I hear a lot of people talk about it, and I want people to know, even if they don't talk about it out loud, like you are not what happened to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was going to say you need to give some lessons to people about how to express vulnerability with confidence, because I rarely hear poems where people are, exposing vulnerability, but done with such an even and confident tone. This poem's sort of several themes. It's, starts out being about disillusion, but then it talks about reconciliation and acceptance, and then kind of celebrating your ability to overcome through the strength of the people around you that, were maybe peripheral or the result of the bad experiences, but it's a unforeseen kind of grace that comes to you that you yourself probably didn't anticipate. It's sort of a little bit of what you're expressing. And, some of the lines were just really devastating, as if racism needed a signature. And believe me, I know what it's like to be, probably many, many, many people here know what it's like to be disillusioned by an encounter with the police. My very first encounter with the police in my whole life, the first thing coming out of the guy's mouth was just a big, huge lie. And you feel like, what do you do now? You can be more disempowered by a cop lying than you
Mm-hmm.
can be disempowered by a cop putting the handcuffs on you. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, thanks for being here again. And, again, I need to take some lessons from you about how to express vulnerability with that level of confidence.
Thank you. Thank you.
So they create characters with that story. Your real life story, they create fictional characters to tell. There's a very, very popular show. It's been on for 23, 24 years. One of the most popular shows in the world. Um, and one of the main characters is what you're describing. That you have to look at this being that you love, but they were born from something that you didn't. This is why the ending poem says, "Cowards get buried here." It's for poems like this. It's for situations like this where you survive and you tell these people who thought that they had power over you, who thought that they could control you, here's a two-piece. Because not only am I surviving, but I'm thriving. You couldn't break me on your best day. Thank you for that. That takes courage. That takes strength. And then you had the nerve to write some dope ass lines in here. For real. You said the cops blame my outfit as if racism needed a signature, as if intoxication was just a permission slip. Come on. Leave his lineage painted on my walls. They will always be my saving grace. Grief turns me back into this little girl. That's powerful work. Thank you. Thank you for being strong enough to share it with us and share it with the world. It's amazing work. We appreciate you. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, our resident Gilgamesh in the building, a true Low East Sider. He comes through and he does amazing things. I still don't know where he gets his downloads from. I think they only come in a language that he can understand. He is amazing. You've heard his commentary throughout the evening, and you will hear it throughout the rest of the evening, and I very much appreciate it. He is not an enigma. He is the enigma. The one and only Paul Skiff in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always, Jedi Master. Please, take it away.
All right, let me get this poem up on the screen if I can. This is a poem under construction. I'm just going to read through it until the bell sounds. It starts out with some acts, and I can't, nonverbal stuff, so I can't explain how I get to the point where I'm going to begin, but I'm going to begin here. Hi, welcome to Transgression Central. You are just 4 minutes away from your own life, where hearing here is replaced by being there. Through an electric device and a cultural mirage, you perform the art of self-deception and hide reality from yourself to be surrounded by disoriented, unfixed, real thoughts, emptied of consciousness, while this imitation inhabits you. Press Control, Alt, to have paranoid blather from unhinged, spineless political figures of 2026 installed in your optimism, and your optimism, and your optimism is official welcome to fleshless family of the corporate media brain warp. Press tab delete to close up apprehension of this material mannequin for my voice, which will say you never actually heard me say. I am not now saying, but could repeat conceivably nearly forever, conflict between my distance and your need, frozen equally by this neutral word dump, consoling us for the electroparasitic devices we have partly become. Press shift insert for explanation of why your friends are prize-winning contest entertainers, well-adjusted norm-conformist, socialized quota-busting junior executives, algorithmic intangibility slingers, practitioners of psychotaxidermy, super-achieving super talents, high school pals, single high net worth individuals, aspiring superstars of the self, hyper-motivated aspirational pep talkers, and why the reason your friends are not sex workers, unlicensed cannabis merchants, nonconformists, neurodiverse freethinkers, survivors of dangerous cults, stigmatized social outcasts, inspired harmony shamans, gender radically innovative pleasure slingers, elderly welfare recipients, dominant women, spiritually touched and enlightened children, or the neighborhood birds. Press enter ampersand to hear the world be cured by jokes that hilariously wipe out epidemic hunger, lightheartedly erase prejudice, humorously abolish war, sardonically create economic equality, and whimsically eradicate disease, one industrially imposed salvation guffaw at a time. The electric device you push your face into that numbs your perception until you serve its images, which stand for yourself, so you become closed in a monstrous extensions of ego purified from possibility of disappearance, has as its on button your own mind. That is why you feel so pressed down. You converted to a dimensionless mutant biological organic sensory circuit relay sparking feelings that are digitally prefabricated normalities. You, a mass electric telesexual parent homogenized by brand awareness and stuck in fun's lower intestine. So even human thought is the imposter syndrome whose anxiety is inflating balloons for humanity's going away party. Instead, I urge you to strike your heart against wind, blaspheme against making sense, prove why it is believed love satiates need, explain how to unlock the reason love brings suffering and transforms failure, improvise a dance called The Curious Fact, from how bourgeois people equate love to possessing a domestic partner. I'll stop there. Thanks for putting up with all that.
You're incredible, sir. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul.
Encore, encore. Give him
Seriously,
some more
always
time.
so fucking good. I can't take it. I can't take it.
Oh
So
my goodness.
fucking good.
Give
I
him
get
more
angry.
time.
It's so good.
It was like cut off, right? Like that short cut. Like, damn, I was waiting for the rest of it.
Well, I'll finish it sometime soon and trot out some more.
Definitely.
I will still be left angry and like, how is it so good? Like, what the fuck? But it's okay. Thank you.
Right. Like, damn it, I'm still trying to figure out where these downloads come from. Like, damn, can I just siphon off like a stanza or two? You know what I mean? Like maybe a verb, like something. And I love how you set them up. You're like, oh, I'll just, I'll just share some things with you, and we'll see where it goes. um, yo, the ego purified by possibility, telesexual, even human thought is imposter syndrome, strike your heart against the wind. Like, I really love your dedication and tenacity to writing the type of poetry that continues to inspire your colleagues. It really, really is inspiring, sir. It just, you are relentless. And I thank you for that. Really. And if you're not sure, you should look at the faces of your colleagues when you're getting down. Everybody's like, "What are you doing, sir? How do you do that?" It's amazing. Thank you, Jedi Master, for doing what you do, and being so much of a part of what this community means for so long. Thank you, sir. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, I love when this artist comes through. Whether she is, going on a rant or whether she is sharing something from her journal. Um, she is a true rabble rouser. Like, I love what she does and how she does it. She shares things like this with me, how fascism works. Also on disinformation. Like, only people who read things like this are about that life, and they are unafraid to show you that they're about that life. So prepare yourself, because I've told her plenty of times, you better be careful because they're gonna come knocking at your door, because she is a true shit starter in the best of ways. The one and only Bonnie Soloway in the building. Plus, she has the gun to hold it up. Trust and believe. Great to see you as always, Bonnie. Please take it away.
Oh, gosh, thank you so much. I don't know, your introductions are better than any therapy session I've ever had. So there is that. This is sort of, I think, a stream of consciousness poem that I wrote one day, and it's called Magic Men. Yes, indeed, the world's on fire. Fascism's having quite a time, like the cagiest magicians with their illusions of the mind. The rabbit's just a-waiting at the bottom of the hat, while all of us keep watching this brazen magic act. We can't watch forever, we need to live our lives. But darn if these here magic men don't keep us mesmerized. While waiting for the rabbit, they keep us dazed and entertained. A card trick here and there we beg to have explained. A tech bro maestro feigning ignorance, a sadistic twinkle in his eye. Half the audience claps and cheers. The rest see clearly his disguise. That's the group he's watching, the skeptics in the room. The ones waiting on the rabbit before deciding their next move. Is a rabbit really in there? How could it even breathe? Are there more than one? Does he feed it lettuce leaves? Has he ever reached inside and come up empty-handed? Questions of naivete they plant for more grandstanding. Magicians never tip their hand. They foment fear and then surprise. Don't fall for fake illusions. It's just a hat filled up with lies. Deception's the new calling card. Truth, an elusive dream. Once that's understood, perhaps we won't fall prey as quickly to their illegal schemes. Magic men distract us with their violent blood-spilled sway. Just know their job in life is to make us look the other way. While our attention's on the top hat, they've escaped to another room, baiting the young and malleable before leading them to doom. I'm not sure what we're waiting for. There'll be no guarantees. We'll be stepping into territories sure to bring unease. These days of utter disbelief, is this who we've become? If we could see the rabbit, please, we wouldn't feel as numb. He's like the missing puzzle piece to make us feel secure, a history we're familiar with to help us all endure. We turn and see corruption out of the corner of our eye. It's time to play the hand we're dealt, to fight back on every side. That rabbit we've been focused on by now has surely died. Thank you.
Oh, those damn smoke and mirrors, boy. Woo! Unmute yourself. Give it up for Bonnie Soloway.
Bonnie! Yes.
Yes. Beautiful. Thank
Awesome.
you.
A metaphor for everything that's going on right now.
Yeah, Bonnie, you boat rocker. Great. It's too many good lines to, deception is the new calling card. That's kind of the theme of the poem, And I think I've seen too many of those calling cards lately that's kind of shoving it in everybody's face every day. But this is really a stand-up poem, a call to arms, so to speak, about relying on self-respect and human dignity. That's one of the biggest values that was given to me by my family, was self-respect. I hear that in your voice every poem you do. So you really are a lighthouse for it. And it's really fortunate that we have you here as frequently as we do.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. I also looked at it as sort of my own excuse sometimes if we're just waiting for something before we really take off. And, I think that something's already gone, whatever it was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's that feeling of a collective loss. And, how do you recover what those things they're taking away from us now,
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Your use of rhyme is really, really incredible when you're telling these stories. It really is. It's one thing to call out a magician for being a phony, but it's another one to kind of wrap it in this beautiful rhyme scheme. Um, you said fascism is having quite a time, right? Um, the card trick here and there, right? They call those what do they call those? Voting snafus, right? Um, and deception's the new calling card, like for real. Like put that on a shirt, put it on a billboard, like I don't know. Put it on a commercial. Like it sells like hotcakes with maple syrup. Amazing work, Bonnie. Thank you for doing the heavy lifting that some people are afraid to do. Really, a lot of people will watch the news and say these things to themselves, but you actually have the courage to say them to the world. It's not easy, but thank you for doing it. It's amazing. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, this gentleman, love when this cat comes through, man. He is an amazing father, an amazing author. Um, his book is just it's all kinds of love letter wrapped in. Here's something that the future can appreciate, wrapped in. Read this to your great great grandchildren, wrapped in. He loves what he does. And I appreciate him for writing the way that he does and always delivering the work the way that he does. There's only one of him, and I love when he comes through, man, for real. The one and only Rich Glennon in the building. Come on, Rich, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always, sir. Please remind them that you have an incredible book that's out right now. Great to see you. Please take it away.
So good to see you. So good to hear you. Thank you. I really need after today. A long day today. Um, but yeah, as you alluded to, front to back. I'll put the from PGN Publishing. I'll put the link in the chat after I'm done. I'm also Rich Glenn on Instagram and Tumblr. Um, so I'll start off with two poems I wrote kind of recently, and then I'll read a poem from the book. All right, this one's called Dandelions. In April, when the dandelions sprout, my car's cup holder becomes a vase for my daughter's bouquets. After a day, they usually slouch beyond my view, coiled and darkened by time's marker. This was once enough for her, the simple act of gathering her yellow flowers. But now, in her sixth spring, she remembers how they change and get more fun. She points them out to me and patiently waits for a time when heads gray and wishes come true, which brings to mind the distant season approaching like a fastball that will make her sneeze and scatter the girl I once knew like feathers. This one's called Nose. Before my third was born, I could say things like, my kids are my lungs. She is my left lung and he is my right, and without them both, I wouldn't be able to breathe. But now the baby needs to be something, because I can't have my oldest be lungs and her nothing. She was already that once. She's better this way, even if I can only glimpse her when I wince amid the chaos the others bring, slamming cymbals without the decency of timing because they're invisible. And poem I'll read from front to back is called Alien Times. The baby woke up at 4:40 on a day. One time I don't bring water. Alien Times. The baby woke up at 4:40 on a day my wife and I were slotted for lots of socializing. I carried her out of the bedroom and into the dark apartment where I discovered I left the living room air conditioner on from the day before, which made it feel like I was exploring the icy black of outer space with the baby strapped to me, her pale face in my periphery, as if it was my reflection in my space helmet, hooting defenselessly at the blue and green galaxies, glowing alien times from the cable box and oven. All right, thank you.
Telling you, that dude just has a way with it for real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Rich Glennon.
Oh, that was
That
awesome.
dandelion poem is beautiful. Love it.
Yes.
Yeah, Rich, I'm really liking these very meditative poems and you know the way you deliver them, and you know a lot of the sort of theme or what organizes the poem is how you reveal how much you belong to these children, right? That they are, in a sense, in full possession of you in a way. And I kind of hear you discovering and finding your own emotions as you sort of walk us through these poems. That's kind of a sense of um, you know, it's a kind of very easygoing sense of reassurance that you convey in these poems, that they are very grounded. And I just really appreciate them for those qualities.
Oh, thank you.
Um, Personally, I love that you don't just use your children as muses, but you ingrain them into your work, right? It's one thing to just look at something and say, "Oh, I'm inspired by the sun, so I'm gonna write about the sun." But when the sun becomes a part of you, then it's not like you're writing about the sun, right? And in his book, folks, when you get a chance to read it, his kids are not like these things that are sitting on a chessboard and I'm just moving them around. It's they are a part of who he is. And that's what I love about it. That's what I love about your work always is you're as much a part of them as they are of you. And now it's just one thing. It's not Rich and his kids. It's just one thing. I really dig what you do, sir. Thank you. Thank you for sharing it with us. All right, let's keep it going. Three more, and we'll go to halftime. Coming up next, like I've said, this next poet, she's like a chamber of incredible. Like, just spin it, right? I don't want to use any negative connotations or visuals, but just spin this chamber, and whatever comes up, it's gonna be amazing, for real. Um, she is powerful. She is dedicated, and I actually had a chance to hear her this weekend. Shout out Poetry Global Network. Shout out Bottoms Up. Um, and she just does this for real. Like, it's not just in 3 minute increments. She does this for real, and I always look forward to what she has to share with us. The one and only Dre in the building. Come on, Dre. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please take it away.
Hi, y'all. It's great to see all of you. I'm on Instagram. I don't know. So, the prompt seemed so simple. It wasn't at all. So, when this prompt left me wordless, I told my man, too much of my life has been grace delivered in gasoline. I was born already burning. There must be something sweet and only sweet. He said, everything worth loving arrives carrying, and you was born with a switch and no serial number in your waistband. So find me sweet bee honey that hasn't bruised somebody. Quickly, I say, us. Waking in the gloaming before the sun fully commits to morning, slightly sleeping, not nearly awake in the almost dark, almost day, fumbling for jeans, wetsuits, failed attempts at silence, colliding, sliding across wood floors, laughing louder than alarm clocks, watching your outline against the window, the strong shoulders and your chest holding you upright while you pull on pants, both legs at once. The first moment of my day is all sugar, all ocean breath, your hands holding my face like it's sacred, not breakable, sleepy kissing me into day. Horizontal again, starting all over. Where is the bitter in mornings like this? In laughter and hush and pleasure so holy it feels like prayer before we paddle out for our ocean sermon. He says the bitter is the man who was here before me, already texting by 4 a.m. that he misses you again today and doesn't know what life is without you in it. Meaning I am the answer to someone else's devastation. You drive west through almost dawn, and I say, okay, the sunrise chasing us every morning. Purple, pink, orange, smoglet, resurrection, survival sugar, promises written in birdsong. You say, or maybe dawn is just on the winning side of a slaughter, the sun rising, executing the stars while wiping sleep from its eyes. Maybe every sunrise cost a moon. We paddled past the break, and I think, holy death. My God, my divine bone mother, saint of the forgotten, the one who came to me, chose me, never turned me away, because she knew I would survive, learning the sacred, learning the truth. But devotion taught me every blessing must be paid for. My faith is not dark, it is simply unwilling to lie about the darkness. She taught me holiness lives closest to the people society buries first. The addicted, the grieving, the poor, the disposable, the ones that capitalism likes to eat alive and call it economy. Machete in one hand, roses in the other. My suffering was worship, my survival is testimony. Past the break, my love lets me fall asleep on my board. Our pinky fingers, the twisted anchor keeping me from drifting away. He watches his ocean, his divine mother seated at his crown, the ancient tide moving in his blood. He belongs to the sea, and she lets me borrow him. When I wake with one hot cheek pressed to fiberglass, I say, our love. We kiss a salty, cold-lipped, snot-nosed kiss made of heat, history, and survival. You answer immediately like you knew this would be my final choice. and said, 20 years feeding our truth crumbs in secret. The sugar is finally waking beside you. The salt is all the ocean mornings we lost, because truth liberates and detonates. The honey miracle of all that our love survived mixes with the gasoline fumes of how much life we missed. There are people holding grief covered in our fingerprints. We burned down houses and stayed inside because the fire was a familiar light. After decades of wanting, finally having you feels like a miracle and a haunting. 20 years apart or hidden is the salt. The sugar is our forever future together.
Oh, please unmute yourself. Give it up for Dre.
Good
So
goddamn, girl.
good.
Jeez,
Perfect timing. Perfect.
So good.
she
So
was
good.
still going. She wanted to keep going on that.
No, that was it, I think.
You were there. You were at the end.
That was the last line, yes.
Oh, honey, that was. Jeez, I loved that. Whew. That's brilliant stuff. That is brilliant stuff. I loved it. I loved it. It hit me. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd love to add on too. I feel like one line that kind of encapsulated everything was for me was every blessing must be paid for. Because even bringing back the first line, I was born already burdened. There must be something sweet, and then the search for that, and then having the peace kind of also surround around companionship. Like I love the sweet part where it's like laughing louder than alarm clocks, but also being contrasted with, I think even Winter Rose put it in the chat where it's like meaning I am the answer to someone else's devastation, and that also being the salty part. It's like I feel like all of this together, it was just amazing work. So woo!
Yeah, like it's like the salt and the surfboard, but then she's also just spitting out like philosophy too, So there were that dichotomy.
This is one line about faith in the darkness, I think. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was beautiful. And I loved it.
Yeah, I like the line of how faith is unwilling to lie. And in the beginning, I liked how the poem moved between you having a conversation, sort of talking to or with this person, and then it became this more kind of, a narrator talking and describing to us. And what I got from the poem was this. I just felt it was kind of a privilege because what you're asking us to do is witness your closeness, of the closeness of this relationship and the intimacy of it. And it's so sensitively described. And it didn't make me feel like I was, kind of kept at a distance from it. You're very willing to bring people in really close to the relationship. I think that was really the key for me to what made the poem resonate so much with me. And I kind of felt like that was a privilege.
Your poems are always very accessible, right? I love the word choices, the way that your poems flow from beginning to end, and how you like to dance in your verbiage. It really really is spectacular. You said you were born with a switch and no serial number in your waistline. The bitter is man that was here before me. I am the answer to someone else's devastation. Promises in birdsong, sunrise executing the stars. Every blessing must be paid for. God damn it. The sugar is finally waking up next to you. That's one of those lines. You better be careful when you say shit like that. Right? We're not talking about coffee or caffeine or nothing like that. But you say that kind of something to somebody. Um, I really love your dedication to what you do. So very uniquely you. Thank you for just being so fearless with it. It's amazing work, Dre. Truly. Um, and the library behind you, ridiculous, ridiculous. Yeah, and it just extends more and more. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about poets, y'all. Like we don't mess around when it comes to consuming information. We just don't. Appreciate you, Dre, for real. All right, two more, and we will go to half time. Prepare yourself for these next two. These next two artists do not play around with it. They are very serious about it. So strap yourselves in for it. Before I introduce these next two, let me shout out the Teflon Donna in the building. Shout out Marianne Tef. It's great to see you. Spellbound in the building. Shout out Medusa was black. Yo, great to see you. Appreciate you making it. Nemo Soon just stepped in as well. Great to see y'all. Coming up next, this nationally ranked poet finds herself on every final stage that she finds herself on. I know that may sound kind of crazy, but I don't know too many other people that I can make that claim that every time she shows up, she finds herself on final stage. She is an amazing slam poet. She's an amazing poet and person. She writes with reckless abandon, and she just happens to be dope at it. Workshop facilitator, incredible writer, and just a dope ass individual all the way around. The one and only Lady K in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Hi, everybody. I'm gonna get right to it 'cause I have two pieces. This one I literally just wrote. It was on my heart, so I felt like somebody needed to hear it. So it's called Heaven's Eye. I wish the world could see heaven the way I do, not as some distant place waiting beyond clouds, but here, hidden inside the quiet architecture of human kindness, in the stranger who holds the door a second longer, and the friend who says, "Text me when you get home," and actually waits awake for the reply. In laughter surviving grief, in hands reaching back for people still climbing, because for every terrible thing that screams across headlines, there are a thousands of softer miracles moving in silence. Goodness just isn't as loud as cruelty. And maybe that's why poets exist, to lean close enough to hear the heartbeat beneath the chaos, to be the world's soothsayers, its truth tellers, translating humanity through the stained glass of our mind's eye. We do not ignore the darkness. We simply refuse to let it be the only thing that's seen. And that's that piece. Okay, for the theme, this piece is called Masterclass. How to look like you have it all together, a masterclass. Step 1, perfect the illusion. Keep your chin lifted even when your spirit is concave. Walk like exhaustion is expensive perfume. Call survival discipline. Tell them you're blessed. Never mention the bruises. I don't always have it together. I just have muscle memory for pretending. Most days I am tired to a marrow deep way, the kind of tired that sleep looks at and shrugs. I get sad often, lonelier even more, but Lady K is a brand built out of competence, out of being the one who figures it out, the one who makes the plan, the backup plan, the contingency clause for the backup plan. I don't cry because I don't trust myself to stop once I start. I don't sleep much, not because I'm grinding, but because my brain is a war room. Every night I am drafting blueprints for how to be enough woman, soft, sexy, hell, enough sane to make the performance believable. And the mirror and I are not friends. Facebook sends me memories of a smaller body and the algorithm calls it growth, but she was sick, exhausted, undernourished in ways that had nothing to do with food, starving for approval, running on caffeine and compliments, blood and iron so low I was playing peekaboo with a stroke, vision blurring while the world blurred the standards and called it beauty. And still, Is it wrong that there are days I crave that sickness again? Because at least the world called me desirable. At least strangers smiled differently. At least my body fit inside their comfort. Nobody warned you that healing will cost you. Nobody tells a plus size Black woman that self love won't always photograph well. You want to know the truth. I probably have an addiction to being wanted, not loved, wanted, chosen in rooms where I've always had to audition, validated by people who would never carry my weight but are happy to measure it. Wanted is a dangerous flavor, sweet at first, then suddenly you're licking validation from the blade. And I'm tired of acting like confidence is effortless. There is no magic wand, no special sauce, just work. Daily affirmations, spoon fed like medicine coated in honey so I can swallow them. I sweet talk myself through survival, breathing life into a self esteem that keeps flatlining whenever comparison walks in. I smile more than I frown, laugh more than I cry, but understand something. Every emotion is stacked just below my ribs like floodwater behind a fragile dam. And every day I wake up and choose not to drown. Not because I'm fearless, but because I'm too stubborn to let the world see me sink. So here's the final lesson. If I look like I have it all together, it's because I learned how to turn survival into presentation, how to sugar the grief, soft the wounds, and solve both with steady hands.
That's called ridiculous. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Lady K.
Yes. I know her. She's so dope. Oh my God. That was amazing.
I
Thank
would
Why
put
you
you.
that
write
on a
so good?
t-shirt with like an arrow pointed toward her when you stand next to her.
Oh my
I
God,
know
yes. I
her.
need that for
Right?
Southern Pride. I need that.
Really. So
That's
dope.
my friend.
Love you.
Oh, you did that so much. I've never heard that poem and it was the shit.
Thank you.
I love your message. I love your message. I mean, it was brilliant. Brilliant.
Thank you.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Don't
You are
even.
you are
Never. I could
you are
never.
you are you yeah, me too. You're amazing. I never know what you're going to say next, and it's always so much bigger than I expect, and it's just the kick in the teeth type of beautiful. So everything
Thank
is
you so
beautiful.
much.
Thank you.
The quiet architecture of human kindness. That just drilled into me. I like what Dre's saying. I never know what you're going to say next. It's like you set up a line and then the poem is really so much, what really makes the poem is so much about the choice you make about what happens next. And that is just all about a really intense creativity. Other line, and the other poem was um, wearing exhaustion like it's expensive perfume. That's a t-shirt right there. Um, my brain is a war room. What I really liked about this poem, the last poem you did so much, was because it's so evenly balanced between being performative and being literary, right? There's just absolutely no question about the chops you have, how solid your writing skills are. And your way you perform it is very forceful, and you project so strongly, which a person who slams, that's going to make or break your score. But you don't push it too hard. So that's what I'm talking about, this really great balance between being performative and being literary. I think a lot of the times for people who slam, it's difficult to get that balance right, because if you get too performative, then it becomes like a sound act that's just meant to be heard and not listened to. And we miss out on the poem and we get a great performance, but I really want to hear the poem, And I've said this before, a lot of the time when people slam really forcefully, it comes off to my experiences, it's something that's being done to me rather than something that's asking me to come along with the poem. So
Oh,
I think,
wow.
you are just a master of that kind of balance. My idol for that was Lois Griffith, one of the founders of the Poets Cafe. She is just amazingly beautiful balancer of those two parts of the poem. And I really like how widely your voice is. This goes back to what Dre's talking about. I don't know what you're going to say next. So, you keep leading people on in ways they can't anticipate. And that's what makes a poem super engaging, right? You can't anticipate it. So you don't kind of tune out because you know what the person's going to say. It's just one surprise after the other. And, I like the last poem, The Message, too, kind of what Osunyo Yin is talking about. What you want us to know is that whatever it is, Lady K's going to deal with it.
I just wanted to say something real briefly. I loved the first poem personally because of how I write and how important it is to remember the little slices of heaven that are out there. And it really hit me, just someone holding the door for a few seconds longer. Those things are still here today, and we really do have to remember them. So it was really emotional for me to hear that. I thought it was a great reminder. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. I felt like it needed to be said. For me too.
Yeah, totally.
So see, this is what I love about poets, man. Like we just bring we elicit so much emotion, right? We elicit the type of responses that people only kind of dream about when it comes to sharing these experiences with people and with your colleagues. I think the second poem was aptly named Masterclass. You had some really, really heavyweight lines in here, like they came from Mike Tyson's shoulder. You said, walk like survival is expensive perfume. Muscle memory for pretending. I don't cry because I don't trust myself to stop once I start. Enough saying to make the performance believable. I probably have an addiction to being wanted. Wanted is a dangerous flavor. And of course, licking validation from the blade. How deep does that blade cut? What does it taste like? How many flavors? Is it frozen first? Is it covered in something? Amazing work, Lady K. I do appreciate what the Jedi Master said about slam. You don't force it on your audience. You invite them on the journey that you're taking. So it's amazing work in 3 minutes. Great work as always. Thank you. One more artist and we will go to halftime. Coming up next, and I told y'all these next two, they about that life. This artist comes through and I'm telling you, she's like, man, like if shout out my man Ghost Rider, but if Ghost Rider was a poet, they would probably come through riding a motorcycle and it would probably sound like this next poet, because they just come through with that work, man. And I really love it. The visual for me is just like just laying on it like, oh, you're gonna get this work, and all these flames are not just for show. It's hot in here, for real. Prepare yourself. The one and only Jesse Marie in the building. Come on, Jesse. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
You guys can find me on social media, mostly on TikTok. I know, at PeepThis78. Here goes. Fuck this. Fuck that. Fuck the fuckery in America. Hear it. How the word hums when you don't even raise your voice. America. 3Ks tucked inside like a family secret, like something your grandma knew but was told not to say at the table. That's the sugar, the table, the people still trying to pass bread across the ruin, the auntie still humming over greens, the children still licking sweetness off their fingers in a country that keeps salting their futures. And the salt, the flag clearing its throat before it lies again, the anthem asking you to stand while it kneels on somebody else. America smiling while the sirens pass. Calling violence procedure, calling cages temporary, calling graves necessary, calling history clean because the blood got edited out of the textbook. Fuck that. Fuck the bedtime story they tuck empire into so it can sleep without hearing the bodies underneath it. Fuck innocence. The way it rehearses itself in a clean shirt. And listen, when I say fuck your mom, fuck your dad, I don't mean their names, I mean their inheritance. The quiet they were handed, the silence that learned to call itself values, that's the bitter. And the sweet, some of us still made songs out of smoke, still made Sunday dinner out of scraps, still made babies laugh in neighborhoods, the news only visits after something breaks, still kissed. Still danced, still said, pass me the hot sauce while the world burned in the next room. Do you understand this is not chaos, this is cadence. This is rage with a pulse, this is grief with a drumline, this is love, tired of asking politely not to be murdered. Fuck respectability, that pressed voice, that calm tone, that polite way of asking to die quieter. Fuck explaining our humanity like it's extra credit. Fuck the courts that turn death into paperwork. Fuck the cameras that woke up after the body cools. Fuck the mouth that says it's complicated when it means is, I don't want to feel this in my chest. So don't get it twisted. This poem is not where love disappears. This poem is where love takes a knife out of its own back and names who put it there. This is sugar and salt, sweet enough to keep us alive, bitter enough to tell the truth. So fuck this. Fuck that. Fuck the lie that we imagine this. Fuck the flag if it can only wave over the living and bury the rest. And fuck the fuckery in America. Not because we don't love life, but because we love it too much to keep whispering over graves. Poem.
Problem. That's what I would say. Not problem. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Jesse Marie.
That's my
Yes.
friend.
That was
So
so
good.
wait, did you say read with the drum line? That was nasty. That drum line, that was disgusting. In such the best way ever. Oh my God. I love your poetry so much.
Yeah, I think somebody needs to do an anthology entitled Where Did America Go? And that poem could be like the first poem in that book. Jesse, do you know the work of Vaginal Davis?
I don't.
Well, if you have any time sometime, just go on YouTube and do a search for Vaginal Davis and look at some of the work from like 15 years ago. I think, it's the same spirit and the same tenor of the voice, really poignantly aggressive work. She's a real pioneer of sort of queer-centric attitude in poetry. So a trans woman of color, originally from LA, but she's been living in Berlin for decades now. But I think you would really like her work.
I'll check it out. Thank you.
Thanks for that poem, and thanks for being here and being among the majority women here tonight. I've never seen more women than men here before. Thank you all so fucking much.
That part. The Jedi Master is so on point with that. Thank you so much for that. He's always got his finger on that pulse. And he's absolutely right? The divine femininity is beautiful in the room this evening. So thank you all for taking the time to be here. Jesse, that the fuckery. Gosh. I'm upset because I didn't come up with that first. Like, damn it. That's just so much in my wheelhouse. Like, fuck the fuckery. Like, people still trying to pass bread across the ruin. Asking you to stand while it kneels on someone. I'm The blood got edited out of the textbook. Sick. Still made Sunday dinner out of scraps. Like that's just work. This is not chaos, it's cadence. Like I need that shirt. Like I need that for real. For the folks who say I don't want to feel this in my chest, that takes the knives out of its own back and names who put it there. Stop it. That's the kind of work that continues to inspire the world. The fervency, the dedication, the tenacity, it's all there. Thank you for doing what you do. And eliciting the type of responses from the world that you're getting. It's amazing work. Thank you for coming through. Please continue to do just that. For real. Fuck the fuckery in America. God. Yeah, it's that type of shit right there. All right, we have reached halftime, folks. Thank you for being here throughout this first part of the show. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Like, really, I can't tell y'all that enough. In case no one has told y'all lately, you're some of the dopest artists in the world. I love you for taking the time to be here and share your artwork, to share your fearlessness with us all. Like I said, it's been an amazing night. We do have a second half of absolutely astonishing poets that are gonna rock with us. But as of right now, we are gonna go to halftime. So please post up for about 5 minutes, and we will be right back. We're gonna let you know all the things that the New Eureka Poets Cafe has going on. So please stay tuned, and we will be right back with y'all. All right. Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to the online open mic with the greatest community in the world. Week after week, you keep this flame of artistry burning with a light that transcends time, distance, and borders. Now, welcome to the Halftime Report. I am your correspondent. My name is Elemen2al, bringing you the latest news and upcoming events proudly presented by the legendary New Eureka Poets Cafe. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and as always, keep creating. The New Eureka Bowery Slam, happening every Monday at the Bowery Poetry Club in New York City, hosted by Luna Rosa and Jay Rose. Winner receives a $20 cash prize and a chance to compete in the final Friday Slam, occurring on the last Friday of the month at the Lower East Side Center at 7 p.m. Hosted by Matthew Model Keen and Paul Conqueso. Winners from the New Eureka Bowery Slam compete against each other for a $100 cash prize and a chance to compete in our annual Grand Slam. Plus, there's a Twilight Hour open mic hosted by Cap Come Through and The Score. For more details on the Slam season, including rules, winners, and current year scoreboard, go to newyourekan.org/slam. Our open mics at the Lower East Side Center are all kinds of incredible. The venue records high quality audio and video of all performances, and they are live streamed to the Lower East Siders and New Eureka YouTube channels. All except our first Wednesday of every month, we have Women's Orator Wednesday, aka WOW, hosted by 2024 Grand Slam champion Somebody's Mama. The remaining Wednesdays of the month, we have the New Eureka Open Mic, hosted by Brian Acosta Aria, aka Brian the Motel Guy. Make sure you plug in, it is going to be something special. Our online programs, which are absolutely free, include the online open mic hosted by yours truly, weekly on Thursdays via Zoom and live stream on YouTube. All styles are welcome. Every artist has 4 minutes to rock with new themes every week. The Slam Workshop, happening on the second Tuesday of every month via Zoom, hosted by the National Youth Poet Laureate Stephanie Pacheco. When you sharpen your craft, you sharpen your performance. Make sure you plug in. There are many other in-person and online events coming up. For info and tickets of all the programming, you can go to newyourekan.org/calendar. Our social media and website and other links, including how to sign up for the mailing list, you go to our Linktree/New Eureka Poets Cafe. Visit our YouTube channel to catch past live streams of online and Lower East Side Center open mics, beatniks, and special events at Battery Park City, Poetry Poetry House, and NJ Pack. The New Eurekan Poets Cafe is a non-profit 501c3 organization based in New York City on the Lower East Side. Ticket sales and grants don't cover all of our programs and operations expenses. So here are ways that you can help support us in our mission to continue with moving poetry forward. Our merchandise, shirts, hats, and tote bags available for purchase at our New Yo table and in-person events, or go to neweurekan.org/merch. Spring and summer collection coming soon. Also, check out and subscribe to our Patreon site. Gain access to video recordings of in-person events not available online for the public. Go to patreon.com/New Eurekan Poets Cafe. We would love to hear from you. If you've attended one of our shows, let us know about your experience. Go to neweurekan.org/survey to complete and submit the form and receive a special gift for your feedback. Special thanks to our tech team, our programs and operations team, all of our hosts, our executive director, and all our sponsors for helping us to continue to move our artwork forward. We appreciate you for all your continued support, helping us to keep the spirit of artistry and inspiration of poetry alive and moving forward through the spirit of our founders. Brought to you by Elemen2al Vision Works, inspiring change through passionate poetry and creative productions. Your energy and passion truly make this community something special. Thank you for all your artistry and your genius. Truly can't thank you enough. We appreciate you. Now, back to the show. Peace. Oh yeah, back in the building. Back in the building. Thank you all for rocking with us, for holding it down in this incredible space on this incredible Thursday night. So, I had to make a slight adjustment because we have to make room for this next incredible artist. The youngest member of our community, and one of the most prolific, right? She came to us from across the world, and she has shown us that we all wish that we could have started at this age and be as dope as she is, where she is right now. But we are thankful that she is with us. And we all do our best to ensure that we encourage her and continue her growth and progression. We always look forward to hearing from her. The one and only Josh Schreiner in the building. Welcome. Please let these folks know where they can find you. It's great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
You can find me on Instagram and YouTube. You can just search my name and you'll find me. So this next poem is called Horrid Hamster View. I'm gonna start. I turned the steering wheel and drove to the pet store. A hamster to solace slavery now graces my abode. Leader of doom, I march right to the glass cage. In its hamster wheel inside swallows freedom. I'm your fan. I log the hamster in, put the key beside, so it always gapes at liberation, and I gawk at my spite. But oh, trapped myself, I bang the invisible barriers with my microscopic paws, and my rodent squeaks and rodent tears cram control as the cause. Horrid Henry calls me his pet, and like his pet, I scurry and I scurry. I get food, so I shouldn't fret, but the cycle's creases, they hurry and they hurry. The moon comes up, the sun sets to sleep, the seasons blurring with change, the cycle carries and carries. Now I gawk at the key just beside, with my head bruised from bumping into glass. Grooves at my feet deepen deception, false beliefs thinking I could get past. And I, a woman, remain impoverish, a hamster, panting as I pedal round and round. Honey, the horrid hamster wheel. And honey, so are you. I think I have time for one more. So I'm going to read this one. It's called Despite the Sun's Desire. The snow-capped peaks have never peaked more Then from where the clouds live and the sun flares most, so pristine and luminant, draped in a frosty blanket, I wonder how it doesn't melt, even when the sun hovers. Up above, where the sun burns most, is where the peak looks most ethereal. I wonder why, dear reader, I wonder why. Maybe because it's learned how to be, even in the fire. Maybe because it doesn't burn despite the sun's very desire. That's it.
Wow. You're pretty amazing. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Josh Schreiner. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes, let's
just
go.
lovely, lovely work. I am so glad to see you again. And, you know, you have just such a lovely burgeoning voice that's happening. And I think we're all really glad you're here sharing it.
Here, here.
Beautiful. So beautiful. So young and so good.
So young, so beautiful, so talented, right?
Scary.
I hope my voice wasn't cracking or anything.
No,
No.
no, I
Oh.
was, my observation, I kind of need to take a few lessons from you. Your poems convey such wonderful emotional color, and the way you deliver and speak your poems, there's a very uh, a great amount of texture. It's all very soft texture, but there's so much texture. You sometimes begin a sentence speaking the first word very loudly, and it kind of makes people's ears prick up. And then you get into this really wonderful kind of soft rhythm and very sensuous delivery. I think I probably remarked about that the last time you were here. It has such a sort of passionate appeal to it. But I mean, have you ever listened to recordings of yourself delivering your poems? I might suggest after this gets posted on YouTube, you just go listen to yourself. There's not a lot, you need to improve on with the way you speak your poems. And it's really great to hear somebody who's young and has such a strong grasp of their voice and what they're doing. I hardly imagine what you're going to be doing, 20 years from now. And like I said, one of the first times you were here, you keep doing this 20 years from now, you're going to be saying, yeah, I was like a teenager and I was going to the New Eureka Poets Cafe. And I think I just saw something on the IG posting about there was a news article about your second book coming out or something like that.
Yeah, that's why I was gone because I had school and then I was working on this. So I was just gonna announce. I got my second book published.
Super, super.
It's called Beneath Still Skies, and it's
You're
on
amazing.
Thank
It's
you.
on Amazon. Make sure you post that into the chat so the world can make sure that we support you. Amazing work. Congratulations on that. Really,
Amazing.
really. I can only imagine the people in this room if we had been at that space and published our first, actually, I stand corrected, second book at 16. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? One of my favorite spaces that you exist in, just right now, and this is like one of your signatures in your poems, and it's one of my favorites of what you do and how you do it. You always say, "Dear reader." That automatically pulls your audience into you. If they were just kind of zoning out in what they're reading, just kind of getting lost in the clouds of your writing, and then you say, "Dear reader," it's like, oh, she's talking to me. She's talking to me. Now I'm here. Now I'm in it. Right? Not that I wasn't before, but now I'm definitely in it. It's an amazing way to remind your audience that you're speaking directly to them and not at them, but directly to them. Really, really great work. Congratulations on getting your work published. Amazing work. Continue to do what you're doing and find yourself here with us. Amazing work. Have a great day at school. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, yo, peace, peace, peace to the gods and the earth for all their knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Oh, one second. Just Rhino wants to say something. Go right ahead, please. 1 second.
Want to say that it's on like Amazon KDP, so 14 countries, but unfortunately it's not in India yet. That's where I live. So I just don't know many people there, so I was like really demotivated for the first few weeks because like I didn't really know how to promote. I was busy with school as well. So if y'all could just help me and just share this and maybe post your reviews after you check it out, that would be great.
Of course. I mean, you're a member of the greatest community in the world. Of course, we're gonna do what we do. But did y'all hear that craziness that she just said? She said it's not on sale in the country that she lives in. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Like that's just kind of bananas. Kind of bananas. So, for all the folks who will be who are watching this live and who will be watching this later, make sure you support the next generation of poetry and artistry and support this young, incredible artist. All right. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, peace to the gods for the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that they share with us. This next artist, I continue to learn from. I continue to aspire to learn from. He's connected to pretty much all of the people that have inspired me in my poetry life, and still plugs me into some amazing things, and he still knows some amazing people, y'all. He is a contributor to the Sunday's Open House Anthology, published by one of the last poets. Shout out Abi Odun. This gentleman is an experience. He came to do lots of things, but I guarantee you he did not come here to tap dance. The one and only Baba Ngoma in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It's always great to see you. God, please, take it away.
Hey, it's great to be here. Yeah. So, let me get this straight. Everybody's waiting on Jesus, but the Christian nationalists chased him away, 'cause no nigga could be the son of God. If you were Jesus, would you come back to the lies they planted in your name? You ask, what would Jesus do? But you never answered the question. Besides, he never called himself a Christian. Now he's been sold to the highest bidder, and misguided misleaders claim they are ordained by God. And I'm asking, what God did you talk to? Could it be Elon the Muskrat? I told you, the inmates are running the asylum. It's a stick-up. The criminals have been set free, but so far the world is in shock. Justice rolled back. Cerebellum days revisited. Hangmans and nooses rise again. But the court supreme is on the payroll, while justice still struggles to be free. After all, everything's up for sale, as workers are fired and there's nobody to pick the crops. Neo-slavery raises its hungry head as corn and fruit rot in the fields. Food and gas prices explode. Maybe when MAGAs realize they've been duped, there will be a chance for peace on earth. Yeah, I want a lot. and original people want their land back. Now run and tell that. Are you listening? I told you, the inmates are running the asylum, and it's hard to know the thieves from the thieves. We could inspect tax returns, except the tax inspectors have been fired, as Teflon Don Trumple Skin Thin and King Muskrat prepare to declare martial law. The well-paid Court Supreme plays see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, while the stench of Nazism poisons the air. Soon we'll be selling bottles of oxygen as protests become illegal in this land no longer free, where abortion is relegated to backroom coat hangers because the melanin lacking are scared that they could soon become extinct, and books are banned as his story books have been burned to whitewash his story. But it's too late, and too many of us have distant memories of slavery, Holocaust, and genocide as we organize to turn the page of tomorrow.
I try to tell y'all he's an experience every single time. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Baba Ngomo.
That was perfect.
Yep, truth, absolute truth. Not just religion in general, but this particular religion is probably the most dangerous of them all. And I love the way you did it and bookended everything with the beautiful music.
Thank you.
Definitely truth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like what Bonnie said. It's like when you have a religion whose so-called practitioners turn the Messiah into a object. That's about as depraved as it comes. I'm going to be quoting you pretty out loud for a while. Yeah, I want a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I want a lot. You have created one of my favorite sayings. And I keep trying to grab it, and every time you say it, I don't want to seem like a little giddy kid over here, but I'm like, ew, I love that. I love that. Every time he says it, he says Trumple Skin Thin. It's like, I love it. Where was I when that one came down? That's beautiful. Elon the Muskrat, the neo slavery. Yeah, I want a lot. And the original people want their land back. The stench of Nazism. The backroom coat hangers. Like, that's just, you're just amazing, sir. And how poignant you are with the points that you make. And you still make them very palatable. It's just dangerous. It's just dangerous. Thank you for doing what you do, truly. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, listen, this gentleman is like the original energy being. He has been rocking with us for years, and he continues to do amazing things with poetry. He is the author of Light Shadow Life as well as Let's Unmesh Life. He is just amazing, and I continue to learn from him every time I hear from him. The one and only Unmesh My Hit Gar is in the building. Come on, Unmesh, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. It's wonderful to be here always. Unmesh Mohitkar on Instagram and Facebook. Here we go. Shades of beauty are everywhere. Shady, dark streets to sunny beaches. Look at the despised houseflies or cherished burning fireflies. Look at the white lies hiding in plain daylight. Look at the ugly duckling walking like a princess. Look at the beautiful swan gliding in the water, hiding like a criminal in the family of swans. Look at the supernatural occult magic, false truth ruling the moment. Look at the truth, hypnotizing like black magic. A lot of lives burned to ashes just in search of this elusive truth. Truth is falsely accused of being real in the kangaroo court of self-centered, egoistic, narcissist humans. What is this truth we all spend our lives talking about? Is your truth the absolute truth? Or just your truth in the hypothetical world full of lies, or your lie masquerading as truth? I see the curtains waving, moving. The movement of the curtain is the truth. Moving shoes below the curtain is the truth. Is someone hiding there, waiting for the right moment of truth? On the other side of the curtain, blowing wind, playing with the window, just like a child throwing tantrums, making the curtain dance like a ballerina gone wild. But the shoes are still moving. Due to the movement of curtain, the shoes change their direction. Only the sides of the curtain knows the truth, but both of its sides do not speak with each other. Like an ignorant guru who knows it all but is oblivious to his knowledge and power. Let's give a chance to both the sides to speak. Let the truth prove itself beyond doubt. Let the hurting false lies be found out and ousted. Let's be audacious, brave, and fearless. Let the failure be the next step to find better tomorrow, better you, better world. Let's find shades of beauty in the dark alleys of mind where nobody dares to visit, where nobody dares to visit. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I told y'all, he's just like the original energy being. For real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Umesh.
Thank you so much. It's like it's almost like music. Like it's like very peaceful, calming. Even though some of it isn't in the words, but they're beautiful. And I guess your cadence is lovely, like a meditation. Thank you.
It is. It's very spiritual. It's really beautiful.
Mm. Yeah, Umesh, you have such a wonderful way of speaking your poems. I really like this poem out. It's started out by keeping the listener kind of off balance. You were each line, you had two categories of rhetorical delivery. Imperatives, where you're commanding the listener, and then interrogatories, where you're like, you're interrogating them. And then you get into the sort of middle of the poem where you're doing a little more sort of explaining stuff. And through the whole poem, there's just this intense, total urgency in your delivery. And I like what you do. I like poems that do this, that keep the listener on their toes or off balance. When you speak to somebody in commands or you're interrogating them, you're kind of instructing them about what their role is in a situation. And that keeps them kind of in a response mode. They're not taking initiative. The listener then is just kind of responding, and you really have a command of their listening. And once you get them there, you really start delivering your poem on them. And I just really, like how you build to the end of the poem, where it's really about you're imploring everybody, let's save ourselves by keying into the fact there is this pleasure around us. Let's not ignore it.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Thank you. That was poetic, actually.
What I really love is you being honest with the audience. You you talk about the truth is falsely accused of being real. The moment that you mentioned moving shoes below the curtain is the truth. Like it's like, oh, again, it goes back to kind of what Bonnie was saying about the smoke and mirrors, right? About the magicians, right? You see the curtain, right? But it's the shoes underneath. It's the feet underneath that remind you that it's some trickery going on, right? You said making the curtain dance like a ballerina gone wild, like an ignorant guru who knows it all. Like, come on, Umesh. Like, I really, really love how you engage your audience. It really is amazing. I've always been in awe of how you do that. You're really amazing, sir. Thank you for doing what you do and sharing it with us for all these years. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, the priestess is in the building. I continue to tell her she is a blessing every time she shows up. One of my spiritual advisors. She is an incredible educator, and she is so open with the knowledge that she has to share. She continuously prays for me, and I am so very thankful for her connection to not only me but to our ancestries. Again, I really can't thank her enough for all that she does. The one and only Oshun Yo Yen is in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, priestess. Please take it away.
Okay, where you can find me, you can find me in the deepest recesses of your imagination, knocking on your cerebellum going, think about this. Anyway, I did a 30-30, and I was having an I hate AI day, so I wrote this piece. I don't have a title. Consult the real AI, ancestral intelligence, ancestral inspiration, ancestral innovation. Embrace AA, ancestral attitudes, ancestral activism. You constantly download programming to upgrade a blue lit computer, cell phone, or tablet like it's a religious ritual that must be done for the sake of your soul. Ancestral invocation, the golden divinity, divine consciousness, consecrated creativity implanted in your head and heart, the seats of your soul before birth. The real link uniting you with your essence that can never be corrupted. The rhythm of the universe is pure, clear, vibrating in everything, everywhere. No algorithms come close to the pulse between this realm and the spirit world. No algorithms can inspire, command, and direct the flow or the omnipresent baseline that moves through all that exists. Delete and discard all the malware, spyware, and corrupt data that masquerades as this colorful reality. Upgrade your soul first. The boundary between life and death is blood, flesh, and bone, but spirit is eternal. No wires, metal, or electronics come close to the genius of spirit, the indestructible reflection of divinity. So that was my I hate AI poem.
But I love how you replaced AI with all the things that are meaningful to us. Amazing work. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Oshun. Yo, yeah. Wow.
Thank you. Every poem is a spiritual teaching, really. And yeah, it means a lot. Thank you so much.
And I love the hair. You look amazing.
I was getting there, Lady K.
And the hair. Word.
Yeah, the last line of the poem was, I mean, thank you so much for that. Yeah, like Dre said, every poem is a kind of, spiritual release. I've said this before. It's I really feel like it's you and Goma lantern carrier. You're really kind of a cornerstone of this space with the message you bring. You're always grounding us and bringing us back to, the kind of, I hate to use this term in a sense, but a kind of core value that we always need to be reminded of. We always need that bell to be rung, that drum to be played in our ears. And it really is a major pillar of strength here when you bring your voice and share what your knowledge is with us. Sorry to sound so patronizing, but I'm
I would have to agree, sir, because people like you, Jedi Master, you take all the oxygen out of our lungs and you fill it with helium, and then we're floating all over the place. So yeah, we do need the bell to be rung to bring us back to terra firma, to, like you're saying, from the priestess Oshun and the god Baba and Goma and Lantern Carrier, to remind us that, hey, there are things still going on here. But this is the beautiful part of our community, right? Is we are both with oxygen and without. We are both terra firma and galaxy, right? And I thank all of you for just being exactly that. I love that you said ancestral innovation, the real link uniting us to your essence. No algorithm comes close to your link to your link between yourself and the afterlife. I love that. Spirit is eternal. You just always bring those ancestral truths, and they always help to keep me grounded. So thank you, priestess. I truly appreciate you. And the hair is just fly. For real, the hair is just fly. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, yo, love when this gentleman comes through, man. Talking about energy. This gentleman right here, man. I love when he comes through. I love his voice. I love his delivery. I love his message because he always speaks for the people. And the folks who know me, they know that I speak for my people. And I love that Goldberg speaks for the people. He always has a message to encourage the people. Tonight's going to be no different, I'm sure. The one and only Alexander Goldberg in the building. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always, sir. Please, take it away.
Find me at Urbanski on Instagram. And as always, speaking for the people and something that people need to hear on the topic given by our dearest and greatest host, Elemen2al. Sugar and salt. Some say salt and sugar are bad for our health. It's partially true, but I'll say something else. We need salt and sugar for workout routine. Let's talk about Zephyr. You'll see what I mean. It is sports nutrition, and TikTok advises to eat a few pieces before exercises. It pumps up our muscles, increases blood sugars, gives energy boost, and builds up our endurance. Then our exercises become more intense. Our muscles get bigger and ripped. It makes sense. There's dopamine boost when you eat something sweet. It helps if you do CrossFit or if you sprint. It also improves motivation and mood, makes exercise longer, and makes us feel good. It is recommended by many sports lovers, but there's other food that has no fats or fibers. Bananas contain the potassium needed. They compensate the loss of sweat, and we feel it. But Zephyr consumption makes muscles look healthy. Short-term pump effect is enough for a selfie. There are certain people who can't eat sweet food. If there's weakness, nausea, then it's not good. If you're diabetic, then you shouldn't try it. But they advertise it on TikTok. They love it. Consumption of salt helps the muscle work process. It also removes the fatigue during workouts. It balances fluids, removes dehydration. It helps with energy generation. Salt helps with the motion and with food absorption. Gives energy back when we feel the exhaustion. Let's not eat too much of the sugar and salt. It can cause us harm, but I'll say Truth be told, we need both, but let's eat them in small amounts, and then they will help us a lot. That's what counts. Thank you.
Told y'all he speaks for the people, man. I love it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for the Goldberg.
Here. Couldn't agree more. I thought that was amazing. I really did, because at any point in time, you see all that stuff of what to do and how to do it, and the way you did it in such a friendly yet informative way, with a little bit of humor, a little bit of wink. It was excellent. It really was.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I kind of took that as a poetic public service announcement, and I like the kind of humor in it, and you have a really good way of a really pleasurable way of speaking the rhymes, so that they really, rhymes so much as a formal device are one thing on a page, but spoken rhymes are supposed to be a kind of sound enjoyment, right? And they really are, with the way you convey the rhymes. And Bonnie does this so well too. She does these really heavy subjects, but with the way that the rhymes come across, it's more pleasurable to listen to, aside from performing other functions like a pivot in the rhythm and so forth. But yeah, it's always just great to hear your voice here. I'm always you have a similar strength and declamatory effect like Unmesh does. It's just a very forceful, solid voice.
Yes, I feel like rhymes are really important for the content in poetry, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you.
I agree. Like, depending on what part of the world of poetry you exist in, right? Rhyming. This is just really coming off the top of my head for real. But rhyming sometimes can be the spoonful of sugar to help the bitter medicine go down, right? Because we do deal with some very, very heavy things in poetry, right? And so rhyming just kind of makes it kind of fun, right? But the way that you use rhyme, right? Like he's saying what you do, Goldberg, like he was saying what Bonnie does, right? It does just remind people like, yes, this is sweet, but I really love how you went the health route on this, Goldberg. Like, seriously, I was wondering if anyone was going to go this route. Amazing. You mentioned being diabetic. You mentioned the dehydration aspect, the motivation and the mood, the dopamine. Like really, this is the reality of the situation, right? These things are in everything we eat. There's levels of sugar, there's levels of salt, right? But as long as we have them in moderation, they can be healthy, right? But that doesn't stop the producers of these things throwing them at us in a very unhealthy way. Thank you so much, Goldberg. That was pretty masterful, sir. Truly. Thank you for what you do. Truly. All right. So we have 5 artists left, and at least one, more than likely 2, on the good luck round. All right. So let's get to it. Coming up next, I like to call this gentleman the hardest working man in poetry. Love what he does. Shout out to storytellers in the building. He is the author of many books, and I'm waiting to see what 2026 is going to look like as far as a production of his. He is the author of Le Petit Requiem, as well as 13 Poets for a Pigeon Kiss. I like to call this gentleman the Vincent Price of poetry. The one and only Ike Waltz in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you, Ike. Please, take it away.
Flipping foster homes. After a Hollywood movie. A stone was thrown into innocence, like glass shutters into crime. This stone I am, a rapist's clone, a mother's addiction, the heart of me born a stone, forever everybody's ice-cold fiction. I have no home, like a stone, I am alone, drift around like a stone, I am a throwaway, garbage, if you would. No neighborhood kicked into a world as if I was a stone, and I am that stone. Every day, night and day. Who cares anyway? What do I have to say? Boring, out of touch, screwed up, you would say. Lonely, I would say, like a black garbage bag. It's my other me. It's all black, black mind, black skin, black night, and all in the glare of a bleak day. I don't care, whatever you say. Black anxiety breeds in me, whatever you say. Get a life, you did say. Find love, so easy to say. Well, love is blind. At least for me, getting fucking high, that's all I can see. And when a stone kills the dove, the dead dove is like a stone, again so disturbed, embedded in my incarcerated home, without color, without soul, without a birthday, without a date of birth. I was told my name is Mortal Shame. Today is yet another hungry you, wetting my foreign bed, and you too cannot save, as many of the foster parents look like a miserable grave. Does it matter how much they take? Or was it really only that required time they gave? I was thrown like a stone, punished meat hanging on my every bone. If I only would pray, if I only could say, Dear God, what did dear God say? If I only would pray. Is that all he has to say? I'm a stone thrown into life by my father, by my mother. After they had fun, they threw that stone as far as they could. Found and lost a discombobulated daughter, son. Hey! Only my tattoo talks back. Only on rainy days my dog and I feel safe in the public library. Not a sanctuary, but a cave, at least dry, but nevertheless too numb, being that fall guy. No fucking suicide for me. So what the fuck? Don't just walk by. At least give me $1, a smile, your daily leftovers and your thumbs up. Make my day. For once, look at me. I am black, one of the 87,000 black orphans in the land of the free. Forever homeless, unadoptable, they say. Forever to be. That stone is living like a bullet in me. Deep inside the all of me. Thank you.
Damn. You tell some amazingly compelling stories, sir, for real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ike. Whoa. Wow, man.
Woo.
Wow, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of left in the dust of that, you know. Um, I get, first of all, you're dealing with the symbol of the stone, and the stone in this poem symbolizes a lot of different things. Essentially comes down to unfeeling and a kind of loss of being able to relate, and the kind of I mean, it's a fate, all these things I'm sure you've come from just through um, the facts of your personal biography. This one line near the end just kicked me. I'm a stone thrown into life by my mother and father after they had fun. I feel like that a lot myself, so I was kind of identifying with your poem just based on that. Um, I don't want to go on anymore about the poem. It's, that's what I have. Those are my reactions, my observations. I'm just always grateful when you're here because your poetry, a lot like Lady K's, there's so much unpredictable in it from line to line. I never know what's going to go on in the next line. And so even when your poems are done, I still feel like I'm just kind of left in the dust. And it takes me a minute just to even figure out what the fuck just happened.
No doubt, no doubt. And I believe he's thrown that in there a few times too. Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck? Um, I really just love your conviction in your poetry. Like, you really throw yourself into your work. Like the Jedi Master said, that line jumped out to me too. I am a stone throw into life. Only my tattoo talks back. Right? If only I would pray. If only I could pray. Man, like where you go into your poetry is really amazing. Like you're writing this poem, and then you step back from you writing this poem, and then you step back from you writing this poem, and now you're talking about all three of you writing this poem. It's just amazing work. Like, thank you for doing what you do. Shout out to Queen Sheila. I'm always amazed at what you do. Like, thank you, sir. Truly. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, uh, I guess it was only one, not three little birds. Were on my doorstep singing sweet songs, melodies pure and true that said Manya showed up at an in-person open mic and was doing some things on the microphone. So I am thankful for that. Um, that you realize that our worlds are connected, right? That poetry does not just exist here, but you do realize that it connects to the cafe in real life. And I'm thankful that you had the courage to step on the microphone and get on there and do what you do. Folks, prepare yourself. This artist comes with a slice of life that is very real. It tends to cut down to the emotion. But this is what we're here for. And I say all the time, no matter what you're dealing with, poetry can take it. And this artist definitely does just that. The one and only Manya in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It's great to see you. Please take it away.
I got two pieces for y'all today. They're a little outside my wheelhouse, so bear with me. I stare at my opponent. The roar of the crowd shakes the ground slightly. In sync, we raise our fists. The lights cut out except for one, my mother's quirked up lips illuminated, the first in the lineage to work outside her own home. Started in a village, now in the city. I remember hating that she worked, but now she has paved the road for me to survive on my own. She whispers to never forget my hard work brought me here. My aunt right beside her, standing over her business, continuing to educate those who have lost their voices. I remember her teaching me how to read time, and I still carry that lesson with me. She has paved the road to let me speak my truth, and she whispers to continue believing in myself and never forget who I am. My father's mother next, her 7 kids standing behind her. One woman, plates never empty. Her house built brick by brick, cent by cent. I remember her teaching me to be reliable. She has paved the path to be strong. She whispers to keep being stubborn in the things that I believe in. Lastly, my mother's mother, her delicate smile reflecting her child's. She knew when to turn silence into daggers and when a fight was not worth it. I remember her teaching me kindness for everyone around me. She paved the path to be resilient. She whispers to make sure this fight is really worth it. I turned back to my opponent, her eyes reflecting my mother's, her silence wielded for my grandmother. How did I not notice this before? My hands fall into a hug. My biggest opponent was me, after all. Next piece. I've done this one before, but I've changed it a lot, so you might recognize this. How many female Mozarts were never allowed silence? How many Einsteins folded brilliance into laundry and bedtime stories? How many Newtons learned gravity through holding their children up? What does it mean to be free? When I choose what to wear, not calculating the permission read. When I choose to work, not neglecting my children. When I choose to stay at home, not wasting my time. I'm expected to birth Einsteins, Mozarts, and Newtons and redirect my compass north to them. Fear disguised as tradition herds I mean women to stay at home. Dreams turned to forgotten crumbs on a plate washed by them. But I can choose to be Maria Anna Mozart. I can be Dr. Rukmabai. I can be Marie Curie. I can be a housewife. I can exist without permission. There is chemistry in cooking bindi. There is arts in raising children. There is architecture in building a home. But we cannot lobotomize our brains to fit the idea of womanhood. Interviews ask me what my plan is for my children. Families ask me when I will settle and find a man. A man. As if that word can solve my problem. Instead of going within myself to find the money, the caretaking, the protection, I can turn a sewing needle into a sword and still place it next to the crumbs, plates, and silence. I can pick up the needle and sew my own safety net, piece by piece, until falling into it will mold my body. Thank you.
Yo, I can hear the changes, and it's just fire. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Manya.
Like literally that whole poem. I don't know if you can see me, but I was like, I felt like I was taking haymakers every single line that you had. That was ridiculous. Ridiculous. That was fire. That was fire.
Yep, every line. I agree. Thank you for every single one. Awesome.
Yeah, Manya is amazing, her poetry, and Elemental. I actually forgot to Manya. I read you out to Elemental. That was me, Ron. But she's also been coming to our slams on Monday. She's such an inspiration. Everyone here, not just Manya. Everyone. I know I'm usually quiet in the background, but Manya, that was amazing. Thank you for everything you do. Thanks.
And just like as a reminder, maybe because tonight has more women than men, it's just such a testament to, I don't know why it always comes back to what women should do to downplay their lives and or how difficult something is. And for most of us, it isn't that difficult at all. It's just more difficult to have to defend it. So, I mean, that's sort of what my interpretation was, but I appreciate it. It was really excellently done.
Yeah, that's what I, got from that second poem myself. As a man, I mean, it's just an education to me to get an awareness that, this is a predicament that so many women have to confront, is the kind of demands on having all these different types of identities and being criticized and about not assuming them and being criticized when you want to assert your individuality, and that people need to realize you can be who you are for yourself, as well as be present for the needs of all these other people and their expectations without just giving into them and subordinating to them. And that's just from my standpoint of somebody who listening to women do this type of poem. I've heard Elizabeth do this kind of poem recently too. So it just increases my awareness of how this is something you all constantly have to face. And you as poets are so much better and more sensitively equipped to do it than the way this issue gets packaged in pop culture, where it's dealt with as a kind of cliche. So it's, I just want to kind of second what Ron was talking about, the level of your participation. And I like the first poem too, because it was kind of this theme about how so often we end up being our own worst enemies. I was just telling somebody I'm close to the other week when I offended them unintentionally that's because I often end up being my own worst enemy, and it's one of the hardest things to unlearn.
Absolute fact, right? I have been my own worst enemy for years, decades, right? um, there is no worse villain in my storyline other than myself. Trust me. Um, I see you, Dre, for real, for real, like for real. It just is that way. Um, Manya, I really appreciate how number one, um, your connection to your mom, it really manifests in different ways in your poems, right? But the respect is always there, and I really can't thank you enough for that, right? Shout out the moms in the building. Shout out moms. Um, you said one thing that jumped out to me in the first poem. You said she started in a village, now in the city. And that in itself is a difficult transition. But taking your family and showing them how to exist in both worlds, that that is incredible, really. Um, and then the second poem, you said we cannot lobotomize our brain to fit into womanhood. Okay. So number one, props for using lobotomy or lobotomized in a poem, right? That's a $10,000 word. Um, but using it in a way to show people that it is a mentality that you have to accept, right? It can't be forced onto you, right? Even though people were born with more estrogen than testosterone, you can't be forced into anything. And for the fact that you just put it in a poem that you are accepting, like it's just amazing work. And I try to tell y'all that she comes with a slice of life that's just amazing. So thank you. Peace to the priestess. Take care. All right. We will not have time to rock the good luck round on live, but we will jump into the cipher. So we will get through the next three artists, and then we will jump into the cipher for those who are on the good luck round. Appreciate you, Manya. Shout out the homie Simba. All right, coming up next. Listen, I may be mistaken, but is this your first time rocking with us? It is. Okay. So, first of all, welcome to the greatest community in the world. You have seen how this evening has gone. So, please, without giving us your exact address, where in the world are you plugging in from this evening?
Well, I'm coming from Queens, New York, so I am
Queens in
well
the
aware it's
building!
10:30. Woo!
Come
Go
on, Queens in the
Queens!
building. Let's go.
Thanks.
Listen. We've been here. Where you been though? Where you been? Like
I
we've
was
been
slacking,
here.
I know. I've been
You
on the
know what I
YouTube
mean?
live streams.
Let's go. Let's go. Listen, welcome to the greatest community in the world. It is great to see you. Please let these folks know where they can find you, and we will yell at you after the fact. Please take it away. Welcome.
Aloha, everyone. So you can't find me anywhere just yet. I as I mentioned, I've been following along on the live streams, and everyone is just so potent in their craft that it inspired me to try to give it a shot at this open mic. So, following the theme, I have this piece titled Bam BI. All right. I've exiled most family because it's full of guys. You would have thought that framed she as some sort of prize. Boys grew around me, but to nobody's surprise, I didn't grow up around boys, even if their blood was mine. Now there's no one left to hold me tight or call me dear, though it is not worse than constantly living in fear. Bam! Suddenly through stillness, all my walls break, as I splatter across the floor like a corpse one looks to impregnate. I picked up one cheat code from my uncle this domestic July. I still can't believe he needed more than one wife. Keep your mouth shut instead of saying cynical things, because prey isn't silent, it's you relearning to sin. Walk into the trap with closed eyes and a head held high. Then you plan your attack while singing romantic lullabies. This guarantees no more getting slammed in. You get your power back, and bam, my hips start singing cha-ching. Bam, my fists stay rocking. Bam, walls are now rebuilding. But damned be I, for without noticing, I have simply turned into a disease walking. Kept it short and sweet. Thank you guys for your time.
Wow, let's go. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Lynette.
Yo, that was dope. I love
Yeah,
how you
Lynette.
ended that. Oh my
Welcome,
God.
welcome.
welcome.
Wow.
Fantastic. Welcome.
Well, I need to take a lesson about how not to end up being a disease walking, because that scares me.
Antibiotics.
Yeah, let's hope it's not antibiotic resistant.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I
Okay.
think you had a great debut here, but as Elemental would probably be saying, if I didn't jump the gun, you just fucked up because now you have to keep coming back.
Let's go. Talk that shit, Jedi Master. Talk that shit. For real. For real. he absolutely beat me to it because I'm exactly, I don't have to say it now because the Jedi Master said it. I hope you heard it. However, it's your first time rocking with us, so we have a couple of traditions here. We're going to pop the cherry, baby. Pop the cherry, baby. Pop the cherry, baby. You are now one of us. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. And as the Jedi Master said, you fucked up bad. And you in Queens too, you fucked up bad, right? Find yourself here every Thursday because you added to the divine femininity that has been this evening, right? Your delivery was impeccable. Your mannerisms, the performance aspect of it, you sound like a pro. Seriously. You do not move like a rookie at all. So thank you for delivering so much truth in your work. You said praise in silence is your relearning to sin. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna need more of that in my life. So find yourself here every Thursday because we need more of that work. Thank you so much and welcome to the greatest community in the world. Queens in the building. All right, two more. Coming up next, Mrs. Good Luck Round herself. She does so many things. She is an incredible caregiver. She is an educator. She is an author. She is a mom. Whether she is on the path or reading from one of her incredible books or singing to us in English or in Spanish, she's just all kinds of incredible. The one and only Winter Rose in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. Um, I wrote this piece last night and it's kind of difficult. So sometimes I got to put on the wig to write emotional, read emotional pieces because you know me with the wigs. And I feel pretty also. Okay. This is called Active Plan. Checking in for doctor visit. Oh, thank you for the iPad, child, Kindle, wherewithal. I must document how bad off I am in the PHQ-9. Oh, wait, don't forget the GAD-7. Type in my B-Day, my last name, my chief complaint for being here today. How many days this week have you found little or no pleasure in doing things? It's terrifying. Have not been able to come back here because fear of diseases, judgment of my lifestyle. They will write in my chart in bold red letters, obese with comorbidities. How many days have you been over, under eating? Will be bad this next hour. Will ask me things I don't want to answer. Sometime between my med list review, 9 things. My weight, 190. My blood pressure, 175 over 100. I will falter, start crying. How many days have you had trouble concentrating or relaxing? I feel sorry for the med student now. He is so young and lovely, and he truly cares, I think, and wants to help me. And I want to help him do a great job, have huge success with his med school interview of me. I can give him that. I can make his day amazing. When they review his notes and they're like, yeah, that was a complex patient. Well done. How many days have you felt so irritable that you've had trouble with your relationships? Not today, not with this med student, because he does fucking care. He is listening to me. Eye contact. We joked a little. We bonded. His grandpa also has dementia. I would have held his hand if he had offered it to me. Write him a recommendation for anything, any job he might have wanted. How many days do you feel like a failure to your family and those around you? So fuck you. See how the question ruined negates my quality trust time with my new doctor med student? How many days are you serious? Are you serious with this shit? I can hear them talking about me in the hallway. They think I can't hear, and somebody should tell them we can totally hear them. She's got very strong protective barriers. 2 young sons, takes care of her mother full time. Somebody should open the door and be like, dude, I can hear you. But it's not me today. I'm listening to my own bad news. Jesus Christ, I'm exhausted. Now the visit activity actually starts. My clinical Volta, my new doctor who is Romanian, which I like, that he is not American, comes in with my med student, is also with him in tow. I smile at him, want to wink. We know each other. I refrain from bad behavior. He says, banter, new meds, PTSD, etc. Hands me a tissue box. I'm like, I know. I love polite Eastern Europeans. Would you say you have an active plan? I reiterate what I said to my med student. All the questions are full 100 every day, but this one, no. Like y'all said in the hallway, I have strong protective factors. Plus, if I said yes, you will admit me to the psych ward and take me away from my children. So no, I take charge and dab my eyes with tissue, peek at my phone. No, thank you for your care, but I would not say that ever.
Listen, those watchwords at doctors' offices, they are crazy. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Winter Rose.
That was
Wow.
beautiful, really fantastic, and
Wow.
also like mothers going to get help. How much help can we really get when they steal our children? You know,
Yeah.
and it's really
That's right.
I mean, that just it brings up a really important topic too. Just and you're beautiful. The way you read everything about it, but it really brought up a lot of shit that needs to be talked about. And thank you for that.
Thank you, Joy.
I felt like I was there with you in that room and like sort of being asked the same questions. I'd love to know what the male questionnaire is, because I'm sure it's different than women. Women have a whole different experience in those kind of situations. So I really applaud your courage to go that deeply with it. And I know how hard that is. I do.
Yeah, you were one of the most courageous people I hear here so much of the time, Elizabeth, and your ability to just say fuck vulnerability. I really like this piece of writing because it kind of what Bonnie's talking about. It's just so real. It's almost like documentary. If you put this into images, it's almost like a documentary. And it's very diaristic. That's what made me feel like I'm just sitting next to you and you're kind of talking in asides to me while I'm sitting with you in this office. You kind of put the listener right there with you. And, that's a skill to know how to do it. I mean, it comes off as something so naturalistic to you because, you just have this talent for doing that. And, of course, the kind of obvious theme is, all these things about the social stigma of just being somebody who needs medical help. And then how, the process is an obstacle to getting well. So it's almost like, I don't know how many times, I
Scary.
mean, I haven't gone to a fucking dentist for more than 2 years because I just hate the fucking process. Not only all the shit they put you through with their procedures, but all the just all the shit you go through negotiating the fucking insurance. And you have to do that in the office in front of everybody. And it's just so fucking demeaning. Treat me like a human being, please. I'm not just financing the dentist's second condo.
Feel that.
Ooh. I mean, I've been to doctors' offices. Clearly, we all have been to them. And when you look at the section that they ask women to fill out, it's like, damn, y'all mad nosy though. Like for real, y'all. What's the next thing y'all gonna ask? Like, what type of soap do they use? Like, for real, like it's mad invasive, right? Compared to what they ask men, what they ask women, or it's really just so. I can't pretend to know what that feels like. I have daughters, I have mother, sister, aunts, all those things, and I can only imagine, when they are answering those questions. It's like, fuck you. Like, I came here because I stubbed my toe, and you want to know when the last time that Mother Nature came knocking at my door. Like, it's just a lot. It takes a lot. But thank you for just being strong enough to tell it like it is. We appreciate you. And the hair rocks. The hair rocks. Bro, it rocks. All right. Last poet of the evening, and then we are going to jump into the cipher for the folks who are on the good luck round. For Terry, Medusa, Dre Reyes, Nemo soon, possibly. So, We are going to end the live stream with this incredible artist. Listen, here's another artist who brings such a slice of life to your world that she has been known to make sure that you have those things that you need because your eyes start leaking. Like you don't even know what it's about. It just start leaking because of how much truth and fearlessness that she puts into her work. Um, really, just prepare yourself for the incredible artist that is April Gonzalez, aka Auntie April, in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please take it away.
Life jacked. I once thought I had choice, so I declined with a trembling voice. After that, I couldn't say no, whether it was someone else will or just a tip. If you love me, you would, or everyone is doing it. The list went on and on. I played along to get along. My need to appease. I do anything for them to like me. Bent till I broke just to be wanted. Now self-blame is all that remains when taunted. A bully projected dominance to bury his shame, so I kept hunting affection just to survive the game, filling my hollow appetite with temporary highs, watching myself decay as mascara ran down my eyes, questioning the who, what, where, and why. A storm surge rising whenever they say goodbye. Even see you later felt like smoke in the air, my grip too tight, love language laced with fear, pooling blood in my wound. I stain no scrub nor shed lining can remove. I ripped the fabric straight from my sleeve. Now I say, here's my shirt, please don't leave. This attachment style like house with no foundation, collapsing beneath its own desperation. Sometimes I'd go before I could be left, setting my own fire just to contain the threat. Ending relationships prematurely, mistaking distance for emotional security, throwing myself on the floor, convulsing in grief, a body rejecting a virus it cannot treat. A twisted knife turning slow beneath my ribs, panic flooding lungs with every farewell kiss. A visceral, nauseous, sinking feeling begging the door not to close on me again. No matter how much I tread, I cannot regain control, mistaking fleeting waves for something close to hold. I reach the surface and somehow I drown as the weight of my rapist keeps dragging me down. Rough draft. I might not have time to finish this, but I'm going to try. Commit no crime, still stopped and frisked. Police find nothing, charge me with resist. Where's my veteran benefits? No, I didn't enlist. Sign me up before I existed. Sirens, blood-stained streets, PTSD. The war on drugs came to me. Drafted long after the draft ended in 73. Now every corner store memorial reads, rest in peace. Pawns of a cold war in a cold, cold world. I ask, what are we fighting each other for? Distraction from billionaires selling missiles behind closed doors. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall while we build ours 30 feet tall. Divided, we are destined to fall. It's the man, not the gangsters we should fear. We pass down stories while they rewrite history. The enemy of my enemy still hates me round here. The bankroll, Iran, Contra, CIA, let cocaine flood the hood. Reagan signed the silence, Webb died, but we understood. Every attic in the alley was collateral for the greater good. American specialty destabilization, aiming future, arming future enemies across generations. Now you want your weapons back? You have to admire their creativity for that. Fueling fires with the oil we steal, telling school kids they don't deserve a free meal. Stomach hurts, we snatching plates, but somehow it's the trans I'm supposed to hate. Gringo contra la minoria. Let them kill each other, que se joda. At 13, I was handcuffed in the back of a bus. 40 of us, life as a shorty shouldn't be so rough. In Wu-Tang, we trust, but only one of us was white. Somehow she went home that night. Funny how innocence changes under flashing lights. We don't talk about what was done to the black man or the indigenous, including the Mexican of the stolen land. Ban and burn our books if you must. We know who profits from our distrust. Con men selling dreams only fools keep buying. Denied reparations despised for trying. America was never free, financed by what and who they stole. Forefathers fought for freedom while auctioning off our souls. Now they weaponize the flag whenever truth takes hold, still waiting on justice in a country built on our backs. We inherit the trauma from their carefully laid traps, then blamed when we don't disappear through the cracks. Small steps towards equality, but giant leaps back towards modern day slavery. Mass incarceration, left to rot in jail, while white killers and rapists let out on bail. Different verdicts depending on what shades on sale. Nothing's more transparent than the blindfold justice wears. We're all aware when the skin glows melanin, nobody cares. Racists cut off their nose just to keep us from our shares. They're choke on the entire pie rather than split it fair. Appropriating culture, injecting lips, tanning skin, borrowing music style, swagger, then calling it innovation. Still taking and taking and taking gentrification to erase our population. I am 2 tears in a bucket stuck in this 2-tiered system. Fuck it, what's the point? When survival's the sentence, the destination's the joint. Giving up is what they wanted. But remember, the broken are always anointed. Poem.
That's work. That's work. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Auntie April.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was dope to
Fuck
end.
yeah.
That was
Fuck
fire.
yeah.
That was
So good.
everything.
Work.
Fuck yeah.
You need to be
Yo,
featured in more places, legitimately.
That's
You
work.
are a voice to be
Yeah.
reckoned with.
That's work.
That was
Yo, I
fire.
felt like I was at a protest, and like every slogan you had the megaphone, and it was just like fuck yeah after every line. Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
That's work.
Thank
And that
you.
first poem, like your courage to be able to get through that and say what needed to be said, and be able to get that out was powerful. So I'm glad you were able to do both pieces. That was amazing.
Yeah, both
Thank
were
you.
real. Yeah. God, you're so fucking good.
Work. That's just work.
Yeah, you're so fearless, April, in externalizing who you see yourself to be in the face of all this stuff. It's just a marvel and an example, you know. I mean, the second poem is this thing about the war right here at home that's just perpetual and never ending. And I mean, it was just like this endless catalog. You know, it's like you know, if somebody was going to offer 3 or 4 examples, maybe there could be an argument. But with all this endless stream, it's almost like uh, what's next, you know? And it was just so irrefutable after you built up all those facts. And it was just, that's what made it so punchy for me. And just, I always admire the relentlessness with which you pursue your work and which you deliver it. And, you know, I like hearing the exasperation in your voice because that makes it so real, you know, that you're living it in the moment. This isn't something this is not like a performance. This is something you're living. So it's all that stuff about authenticity. And in the end, you know, I've been listening to your poems like a lot of people here for a while. And really, you know, your body of work is about vitality, right? It's about the will to live and overcome. And as I always say, one of the reasons this place was invented was to overcome. And you just really embody that. You know, it's like this place was made for you. I think I said that before. Miguel Algarin would be sitting here right now saying to himself, I did something good.
You can say it as many times as you want, Paul. I'm here for it.
I will. Thanks for permission.
No
That
doubt.
helps me.
No doubt. I really love these 2 poems together because it shows strength on both sides. It really does. Just how you can go from the enemy of my enemy still hates me. She mentioned Gorbachev. Tear down the wall, while we build up ours 30 feet tall. That's just sick. Nothing's more transparent than the blindfold justice wears. Listen, anytime you bring up a traumatic experience that you survived, you remind the world one of my favorite sayings: you can't break me. I know you tried. I know you tried, but you can't break me. I'm still here, right? Kind of like what Morpheus said in The Matrix, right? After centuries of war, I remember what matters most. We are still here, right? You are courageous. You are powerful and amazing. Thank you for sharing your incredible work with us. We have to get out of here. For the folks who are on the good luck round, please stay tuned. We are going to jump into the cipher. But as of right now, we are going to end the live stream. Thank you so very much for all that y'all have done this evening. Every single artist is absolutely amazing. To the Jedi Master, to Dre, to Bonnie, to Lynette, Lady K, Auntie April, Diane, appreciate you for rocking with us. Stay tuned, Dre. Stay tuned, Terry. Stay tuned, Medusa. Stay tuned, Nemo. We're going to jump into the cipher. We are going to end the night like this until we meet again. May this energy we conjure this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, energize creativity, and inspire others as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Lagarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. Never forget, cowards get buried here, and we reclaim our strength through our fearlessness. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Until next week, peace and blessings.